Hello and welcome to Let Me Be Your Game Guide, a podcast that spends each episode delving into a mystical new video game, exploring its charms and challenges, and helping you decide if it should be next on your list. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Rylan.
And I'm Shawn.
And I'm also Emma.
Join us for this week's rating episode as we escape reality and enter the metaphysical. For the remainder of this episode, let me be your game guide. Well, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
I'm back. Your favorite guest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite. If
First?
No.
Well, you were
Wait.
I think you were the
guest?
first.
Oh.
Firewatch was the
Yep.
first one we had.
Oh, you're right.
somebody-
'Cause that was like episode 4.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to our 4th episode, go back and listen to Firewatch. That was the last time that Emma was on the podcast.
And we just grill the heck out of Firewatch.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah.
yeah. So it was a good time, and that was almost a full year ago.
Yeah.
So it's good to have you back.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So what are we covering today? Rylan, this was your choice.
Yeah, this was Rylan's pick.
Yeah, kind of. It was. It was this. God, I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We played Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip.
Yes.
A little, not an adventure, but I guess kind of an adventure for a little Tiny Terry.
yeah.
Where he's exploring the town, helping people, sort of, and fulfilling his dreams.
Yeah.
A whimsical, silly adventure.
Yeah, silly, very silly.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a second. I'm going to
Yeah.
plug the podcast real quick, and then I'll have you do a little spoiler-free description for us before we really get into it. So, real quick, before we begin the episode, don't forget to give the podcast a follow, rate it, review it, however you want to show us love. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/letmebeyourgg, where you can view episodes early as they post sometime on Sunday, a couple days before the episode posts everywhere else. You can also find us on most socials as Let Me Be Your GG with no spaces. That's LetMeBeyourGG. And we're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can catch us on Twitch on the weekends. I've been streaming on Sunday. And actually, my last stream was of Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. And it was kind of like a first look at the game. And it's actually now posted on our Patreon, the $1 tier. I don't remember what it's called.
Achievement
Unlocked? Is
something
that
like
what it
that.
is? Yeah.
Something unlocked.
Jeez, it's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
We haven't had any content that we really posted on there, but I figured if you want to see like the first 45 minutes of me experiencing this game, join our $1 tier. Otherwise, you can join for free and you'll get the episodes early. You don't have to pay for that, but yeah, so check that out. And then if you join the live Twitch on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., you can either catch one of those like first glances or just me playing a random game.
Yeah.
Depends on what I'm doing. But the first glance or whatever I'm going to call it does not go on our YouTube. So, yeah.
Just for the backers.
Just for the
backers.
Mhm.
Man.
Anyways, you can also find us on TikTok as Let Me Be Your Game Guide with no spaces. You can email us at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. And this is the best way to send in game requests. Just make sure to include game request in the subject line so it's easy for us to find. There we go.
Plugged.
Yeah, we're plugged.
We're done plugged.
Plugged in. All right. And I think that probably was hopefully enough time for you to think of a spoiler-free game description.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was on task in my brain. Yeah, so Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, you're playing as a little boy, and he has the dream of going to space.
Yep.
To the moon.
And somehow he's going to get there. Maybe. You'll find out probably
Somehow,
next episode when we spoil the whole plot.
Yeah.
But this is a game you drive your car around town, the very silly town of Spranklewater, which was founded on the idea that there are no rules and crime is allowed.
Yeah.
And it's just full of shenanigans and silly characters. Much of the game is some very light platforming and just to get collectibles, fulfill requests for people you meet. There's some mini games, just to fill a very silly game of fun.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Silly game
Fun.
of fun.
Oh,
Whoa, there's a
cube
ghost in
down.
here.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Freaking cube down.
I have no idea. The nice cube just fell off the table. Well, before we get into our rating, let's talk about the developers and this game just a little bit. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip was developed by Snackflat and published by Super Rare Games. It's available on PC, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation. And it was released originally on May 30th, 2024. And when it's not on sale, it is $17.99. A little bit about the developers. Snackflat is comprised, I believe, of mostly one person. This is just one guy, Lars, and I'm going to try and say this last name, but I didn't look it up. Korendiek.
Where's Lars from?
I didn't look that up either.
Oh, okay. I'm
Actually,
sorry.
well, no, it's kind of, there's not a lot. Usually I pull this information from like the developer website, but the website was pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I found his name in the credits.
and he worked with Super Rare, right, to publish this?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep, Super Rare Games. He also worked with Thomas DeWard for the music, and it seems like they've done a handful of things together. Yeah, so at least they know each other. I don't know if they were friends beforehand.
Like they've worked on other game projects.
Game or music projects. I found a separate website that they were both associated with, but I could not figure out if it was. They had like a SoundCloud, so
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this is just music. I don't know. I got a little lost on the internet, and so. But yeah,
That's fair.
yeah,
That
those
happens.
are our the two people that I wanted to shout out. But we'll also link in the show notes the full credits of the game if you guys are interested in taking a look at that. And unfortunately, there is not an accessibility report for this game. And I mentioned this on a previous game, but I will no longer be creating our accessibility reports if I can't find one, because I just don't feel educated enough to do it. And then I got overwhelmed with the idea that I should probably be making my accessibility reports accessible. And I've had to do that for work documents, and it's, oh my God, it's so bad. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to do it wrong. So I'm sorry that there's no accessibility report, but if we ever find one, we will update it and put it in the show notes. So, yeah, but if you're, I'm trying to think, this game is very similar to like Simpsons Hit and Run.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find an accessibility report for that, I would assume it would be kind of similar. I don't know about controls, but
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know, kind of functionality of the game at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no accessibility report, but hopefully you guys will forgive me.
But if you are interested in accessibility reports in general for games that you're looking at, the Family Gaming Database is a really great resource for that. They have a ton of games on there, and they're really thorough. They're kind of the expert that we normally go to.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into our game rating.
Ooh, let's.
And now what you've all been rating for.
Heck yeah.
We take into account general considerations such as length, challenge rating, and replayability. We also consider story and narrative topics, including plot, characters, and world building, presentation topics, including graphics, sound design, and music, gameplay topics, including content variety and mechanics, and lastly, we consider the overall value of the game. Well, we didn't address that. Shawn, you were not going to be here, but we're blessed with your presence today.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be here, but yeah, I was, some stuff changed in my vacation plans, and so I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
Yeah.
thanks for being here. We're really excited to have you.
Yeah.
And we're also very excited
Yeah.
to have Emma as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Emma kind of overshadowed your triumphant return.
Sorry.
That's totally okay.
Just so excited about having Emma here.
Yeah.
A year later.
Yeah.
Sean, you're old news, man.
Yeah, sorry.
You're gonna have to leave for longer than that if
Yeah.
you want to.
Oh, man. Well, let's get into general considerations and start with length. How long did it take you guys to beat this game if you beat the game?
I didn't beat the game, but my Steam says I played for like 15 hours, which isn't right. So I think I played from between like 2 and 4 hours. I didn't play a super long time because I had stuff going on, but I
Yeah.
played a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
I beat the game. I did not get like a full completionist, but it took me 3 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
Nice.
probably around 2 hours ish for me then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also beat it, and I was a little longer, out about 4.5 hours, which is funny because you are usually the one who takes a lot longer in games than I do.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
did you? I saw you play just a little bit. Did you know there was a run button?
oh fuck.
Oh,
It took me such a long time to figure out there was a run button.
It took me 1 hour and 37 minutes to find out.
I didn't know there was a run button either.
Yeah.
I don't think it teaches you.
No, it doesn't. I was playing on
Damn.
controller, and it's the right trigger.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That would have helped. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed that you were never running when you were like
And you
10
didn't
seconds away,
help
though.
her?
She was like about to beat the game.
I mean, we can get into this later, but I ran around or walked around because I didn't know the run button more than I was in the car. I don't know why. I was
Yeah.
not very car dependent.
Me too.
Oh.
I barely rode the car around.
I was in the car exclusively. I was like driving the car upstairs and like through, like I wasn't even on the road. I took the car everywhere.
Wow.
Interesting.
I loved the car, which is funny because I struggle with driving mechanics most of the time. We're getting ahead of
Same.
ourselves.
Yes.
Little bit, yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But it took me 3.8 hours, which is funny. I usually take, I think of the three of us, when we play the same game, I usually take the longest. So yeah, 3.8 felt quick to me. I was like, yes. But I also didn't do full completion. I think there was actually a lot of stuff that I left unfinished.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, I mean, we'll get to why. But moving on to challenge rating, our scale starts at beginner, escalates to easy, then moderate, difficult, and it tops out at expert. Where do you guys have this sitting for challenge rating? We'll start with you, Emma. What do you think?
I don't think it's as easy as beginner, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't really hold your hand at all, does it?
Not really, but like you will make progress by just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I would say easy.
Yeah.
Easy is where
Yeah.
I would land.
Yeah, I would agree. I think easy because in the beginning they kind of are just like, well, here you go, have fun, and you're
Yeah.
like trying to figure it all out as you go. So, yeah, I would say easy.
Yeah, I was really surprised by the direction that this game took, I guess, because I didn't realize it was going to be like an open world game kind of.
Yeah,
Like you really, yeah, like you said, Emma, like they don't hold your hand. You just kind of do whatever you want, but nothing is like too hard. It is easy for sure. It's very light. And if something is like, oh, I can't figure out how to get on that roof, doesn't matter. You don't have to get on that roof. Go do something else.
Yeah. I think I had mine at beginner, but I didn't really take into account that it didn't explain a lot of the rules. So yeah, for someone who hasn't played a game like this, it would be kind of overwhelming and confusing to be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, I agree. Easy. Somewhere between beginner and easy, I think would be a good spot to put it. And we'll move into target audience. This is where I give the ESRB rating, and this is rated E for everyone. It does note fantasy violence, but yeah, this is I think the skill level they said was 6+. So they're putting this at like a 6-year-old level.
Oh.
Yeah. I think a lot of the humor is there too, honestly.
Yeah, this felt very very silly.
I mean, I would have played the crap out of this like as a little kid.
Oh
for
my
sure.
god, yes. I think that this game is made for children, to be honest. I mean, it was fine as an adult, but I think a lot of the humor and just like the way that the game was structured, I was like, God, I probably would have loved this way more as a younger kid than I did as an adult.
Yeah, it had that kind of like almost like old school vibe of like run around a big level and like collect all the little pieces kind of thing with different characters throughout. And I think probably if you were a kid that the completion time would take, a lot longer. It'd feel more like this game felt really tiny and short.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you enjoy, I don't know, games like Grand Theft Auto and Simpsons Hit and Run, but you're looking for like a very watered down sounds bad, but like a light
A lighter,
version,
yeah.
like a sillier version. This is definitely something you could sit down and play in a day.
Gosh, it is kind of like Grand Theft Auto, huh?
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
No,
That's so funny.
I would say that this is like a baby Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because-
Baby's first GTA.
Yeah. What about you guys? Is there any other demographic that you think would enjoy this game?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's really, just a light Grand Theft Auto. You guys nailed it. So yeah, no, I can't think of anything else.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, before we get into the numbered rating section, we're just going to touch on replayability. Do you guys think this game is replayable?
Nah, not for me at least.
Yeah, I agree. Not for me either.
Yeah, not too much.
No, I don't think so.
But I
Yeah.
don't think it needs to be.
No.
Like,
No.
I'm not disappointed by that.
I will say though, for a child, this might be extremely replayable.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that when I was younger, between the ages of like 6 and 10, I probably would have played through this multiple times just because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely age-wise might be different, but for us 30-ish year olds, no.
Yeah.
It was fun though. And we're going to move into our numbered ratings. And we're going to start with story and narrative. We do our ratings from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. And we're going to start with plot. What did you guys rate the plot?
The plot was like a whole 2 sentences, I feel like. It was like, hey, I want to go to space. And that's pretty much like you just go and do things to try to get to space.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Okay, so I am really sleep deprived, but this is the second game that we've played that made me cry.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You cried?
Yes,
When?
at the end.
Oh my God. Of laughter?
No.
I can vouch
Wow.
for this. This did happen.
Yeah, and I'm like
God.
tearing up right now because I'm still so sleep deprived. This probably wouldn't have happened to me in a regular
You
state,
get
but
very emotional when you're sleepy.
we watched this will be a very fast aside. We watched the Fellowship of the Ring on Friday night, and I was
Oh no.
I was tearing up so much.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think the plot is like super important in this game, but
Yeah.
I mean, it really hit me real
Wow.
good at the end.
Man, I'll have to get
so
to the end.
I got to give it a 4.
Oh my God.
Nice.
I mean, there's things throughout the game that like you kind of learn more about the characters and the situation. I wouldn't really say it all comes to a head at the end so much. It's very like random throughout. But there kind of is a little plot around Terry, the main character, and kind of his situation that I think if you look further into it than is necessary, you can get something more out of emotionally. So
Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm kind of on the same page. Maybe not quite
my
as
God,
high as
you
a
guys.
4. Well, okay. I don't know how much you were able to play, but I guess we'll get into this a little bit later. But just as a quick question, did you go to Terry's apartment?
I did go to Terry's apartment.
Okay. I was that kid.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
Oh my God.
So it hit me, not exactly in the same circumstance, but it hit me a little bit because I was like, damn, I was that kid.
Oh,
so it did
man.
get me a little bit. So I'll say a 3.5.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2.
very
And,
fair.
I do think that's fair.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because I thought it was bad. I just, it was just like
It's
it
very
was very
silly.
simple, very
Yeah.
silly, very random, and it's not like this very dense, like intertwined plot.
Totally.
No,
Yeah.
it was
I mean,
just
it's
silly.
a 3.5 hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. But you're right. You do uncover a lot about the plot moving forward, and yeah, you learn a lot about the characters. So yeah, I gave it
Kinda,
a 2,
yeah.
but not in a bad way.
yeah.
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 I guess I'll go 3. I'll just go in the middle
All right.
Yeah.
after what has been said.
Yeah, don't
So-
worry. I'm not like defensive over this plot.
No,
like
no,
if
no,
you
no.
talk bad
No, I
about
just
UFO
think
50, it's a
that's
different
hilarious.
conversation. But
Oh, well, moving into characters, I did love the characters. in
Yes.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I give characters a 4. I could be persuaded to give it a 5, honestly, just because they're so goofy.
they're so funny.
Mhm.
Like so these characters are like they They are just like shapes, kind of, with like arms and legs, but they have like their eyeballs are like more vertically aligned than horizontally in a lot of cases. Their mouths are just like these gaping hole things.
Yeah.
They're just so
They're
ridiculous.
so askew.
Yes.
Every part of them is nothing's aligned.
It's very
No.
like cartoony and
Picasso-y kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mr. Potato Head almost.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And they have names like Spepley and Gron.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the names are just nonsense. Just
Yeah.
nonsensical names.
I'm trying to find my list of the children at the playground.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I have those if you want to read them.
Trap Kind,
Yep.
Steakweg, Flute Jock,
Mm-hmm.
Hersenbreck.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think there's one more, but I didn't write it down.
Jug Tank.
It's like it's just nonsense, all of it.
Yeah, so I thought they were just adorable. Very charming. Everyone, even though they were very random and silly, it was just like fun to find another character that you could interact with.
Yeah, well, and they're all like, at least the ones that you interact with are all pretty unique in what situation's going on with them. But
Yeah.
their reactions are just so funny. Like, I laughed every time I talked to somebody new because it's always like just some crazy conversation you're about to have. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Number ratings?
I give it a 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
4.
characters were awesome.
Ooh, Universal on a 4.
Yeah.
I love it. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Look at us getting along. And then the last section in story and narrative is world building. It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
I also felt like a 3. I think
Yeah.
there was some like weirdly some decent like background on the city.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and like how their power source is mud,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but how that technology was stolen from a different city. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like
There was a weird amount of lore you
Yeah.
got with the
Yeah.
world, which I
Yeah.
thought was hilarious for such a small game that was seemingly so random. They were very grounded in their world building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a 3 from me.
3 for me.
I felt like it enriched it too. Three
Yeah.
also for me. Just because like yeah, like you said, like everything was so random. Like you turn the corner and like the hell is this building?
Yeah.
It's a road that just goes straight up.
Yeah.
But then there's like this backstory around it, and it's just so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How'd you feel, Emma?
I agree with 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised about all the little things you could find about the town.
I feel like I didn't find all of them too.
Oh,
I'm
there's
sure
no
there was like
way.
so
Oh,
many
yeah.
things that I didn't learn.
Same.
There were things about this game that I learned when I was watching the like playthrough back. I had to get the names of some people, so I was rewatching someone play it, and I watched them do something, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
yeah, I'm sure you guys figured this out. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very interesting to me how the world building panned out. And we're gonna move into presentation and talk about graphics. We've kind of touched on it a little bit. The graphics are goofy.
Yeah, definitely goofy, definitely Picasso characters and that kind of thing. But I thought that overall it was pretty good.
It's like Play-Doh Picasso.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good though, all things considered. And so I'd give it a 3.5. I thought it was pretty decent.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, wasn't mind blowing, but it was good.
I think it really worked with the style of the game and kind of like what they were going for.
Wacky
Like,
and crazy.
yeah, they were going for,
sure.
loopy goofy, and the graphics were giving loopy goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, so I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I think a 3 is good.
Yeah.
It was like very cartoony. There was some stuff that seemed like kind of inexact, or like angles that were not the right angle, or things that were rounded that shouldn't have been. And I don't know. I like that stuff. It was very like whimsical and like a coherent style, I thought.
Yeah, and I think that's why I might give it a little higher. Maybe even like a 3.5 or a 4, because it was perfect for the story in the game.
Yeah,
like
to evoke that.
I wouldn't change it at all. But there were times where I was controlling the camera and I couldn't get like around certain corners.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that like kind of bothered me because I want a little bit more freedom, even if it's like quote unquote like physically impossible.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to like turn.
Yeah.
and get different views. And that was
Like-
like kind of the only thing that bothered me.
Yeah, you want to be able to pass through like a building, even with the
Exactly.
camera, but not the player, so you can see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do want to. Well, that reminds me also, like some of the presentation, like during the dialogue or inside the buildings, the camera angles they used
Are a little weird.
were a little
Oh my
weird, but I
God.
actually liked it. Like some of them were quite humorous, where you're having a conversation with someone and like Terry says something ridiculous that the other person doesn't know how to respond to, and it's just like a wide shot of them from distance for like a couple seconds.
There were a lot of pauses too,
Yeah.
where it was just like everyone's just staring at each other.
Because
You're
the
like,
things were said were so ridiculous, and then Terry's just like, okay.
It's like it was a good mix again, I guess, to go back to characters a little bit of like people that were ridiculous and then like the straight man kind of,
Yeah.
or two characters that are ridiculous but like about different things, and like how that interacts is like, I don't know, very, very funny.
yeah,
Agreed.
So funny.
yeah, very cool. Next, we're going to talk about sound design and music.
Yeah, that sounds good.
As I mumble that out, sound design and music. Sound design and music for me, I can't even remember what the music sounded like, but I remembered when I was playing it, there were certain times that I was like, this sounds kind of like Animal Crossing. Like it was like one certain song. I don't remember where in the map I was or what I was doing, but I was like, this sounds like something that would be in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there was a lot of I don't know, like playful music, a lot of like
Yeah.
staccato instrumentals,
Yeah.
a lot of tunes.
Oh, I'm remembering one now. It's
yeah,
the
I had a couple.
Oh, yeah.
That was not a very good rendition.
No,
of
I
it.
knew exactly which one you're doing.
Yeah. I would always get a little upset when I like got out of my car and I just started walking around, because then there was no music. So sometimes there'd just be like emptiness and you just hear the car driving by. Or,
Oh,
yeah, there wasn't
Yeah.
any music.
Yeah,
and
that's
so it's like,
true.
oh,
The
that's kind
town-
of lame.
Yeah, the town's kind of broken up into like 5 or 6 areas, and in between there's not really music, but it's kind of weird. There's like a threshold of like when the music comes in, and sometimes when
Yeah.
you're exploring it, you like go in and out of that like
Uh-huh.
a couple times quickly, and so it's very jarring to like have the music switch on you or like restart.
Yeah.
I think that could have been handled a little bit better, but I did like the music itself quite a bit. It was just very like silly. It like fit. It added to the presentation with like the graphics and the humor and the music. So I think it's like a 4 for me. I liked it.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 3.5. It kept everything very light and very fun, which is what they're going for. So I would agree with Rylan. But yeah, like 3.5 for me.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 as well. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I think there were times, like you were saying, where it like cuts in and out, and sometimes it really worked and sometimes it felt off. Like there were times where I'd be like going behind a building and I'd be like going into like a tiny little alleyway and the music like cuts as soon as I
Yeah.
like get
Uh-huh.
away from like the hustle and bustle of the city, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. Like it's quiet back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't always like align with what I was doing, and I don't know if like those moments were purposeful in the game design or if I just like happened to be doing the right thing at the right time and the music did its thing.
Sure.
So
I didn't notice that as much, but I think it's because I was driving my vehicle everywhere. And I think there was a
Just hearing
specific...
noises of crashing.
Well, no, I think there was a specific song that went with driving your vehicle.
Yeah.
And so if I was, driving my car everywhere, I probably didn't get a lot of that.
I did not use the car that much. I
Yeah.
probably should have used it a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use it as much either.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it
Yeah.
next
Next
episode.
week.
Yeah.
Also on the sound design, you can't just we can't forget about the noises that there's like a
Oh,
whole button
yes.
dedicated to Terry just making noises.
Yeah.
What?
Bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Every
Right?
time I used it was because I hit it on accident.
Yeah.
Oh, I would spam that.
Yeah.
Ding, ba-dong.
Ba-dong. That was my favorite. Ba-dong.
Oh, man. Yeah, I forgot about that. Because, yeah, it was just an accident when I would hit it. I'm like, why isn't it doing anything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did that sometimes too. Yeah.
And that's also just like the way that Terry talked was just a noise. All the characters just talked with like noises, kind of similar to Paper Trail, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
like and Zambir Mafi. What is the stupid mechanic? What's their name?
That's the hardest one, but
I don't
I
know.
Zabir.
Zimalfi.
Zamalfi,
That's how
Who
I
are you,
said it
who
in
are
my
you
head.
talking about?
the mechanic.
Oh, I'm looking at it. It's spelled Zmirapfy.
Zamarafi.
Zmirab.
So they had like a demon voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The voices were pretty funny too.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that quite a bit.
No, that was good to point out. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very funny. Moving on to gameplay in the last section of our numbered ratings. Let's start with content variety. I unfortunately don't think there's a lot of content in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say there's not a whole lot of variety. You're kind of doing the same thing for a lot of it. So I'd give it a 2, I think. Limited variety.
Yeah, I also gave it a 2. I wasn't like bored per se, but I think it got a little repetitive after a while. It was like, oh, okay, do this task, figure out where the junk is. Do this task, figure out where the junk is.
Mm-hmm.
You did have like a couple activities that you could do, but it wasn't a ton. So
Yeah.
2 for me.
Yeah, I think a 2 is good. You at the very beginning, I thought the map was like huge.
Yeah.
But you quickly find out it's not really that big.
Yeah.
And so once you get like an hour and a half in, you kind of understand what's happening with everything. And there might be like a tiny mini game to find that you didn't find yet, but pretty much the same old. Yeah.
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 Luckily, it is a short game though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2, but not a terrible way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
mean, for the
agree?
length of the game, a 2 is not bad.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels a little unfair, but it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again, we're giving it a 2, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
The nicest 2.
The sweetest little 2. And then we're gonna finish off here with our numbered ratings with mechanics, which I have complaints about the mechanics of this game.
Beef.
I also have a beef.
I have a beef. If you join the Patreon and watch my first 45 minutes of this game, I actually planned on playing a lot more of this game. But I could only make it 45 minutes because I got motion sick from how wild the camera was. I will say this never happens to me, and I was able to play the rest of the game without getting nauseous, but I think it was I hadn't eaten breakfast and I was really hungry, so I already had that kind of like pit in my stomach. And then the camera controls are so touchy, and
They really
you
are.
can't adjust it at all. At least what I went into the settings, and what I thought maybe would help did not help, and it's just kind of wild. You'll jump into a cutscene and the camera changes, and then you change back, and it was bad for me. That was my one major complaint.
Did you have to take drugs to play the rest of the game?
No.
Okay.
No. I thought I was going to have to get some Dramamine or something, but I waited a whole day before playing it again and made sure that I wasn't hungry the next time I played, and then it was fine. But yeah, and that first playthrough though, I was like,
I had
this
that
is
issue
bad.
too, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had that issue too where I half hour in, I'm like, whoa, I gotta stop. Like, I feel sick. So
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
just stopped for a little bit.
That's
so.
interesting because I am the motion sickness queen.
Really?
And I did not have that issue, but I also play on a TV
Mhm.
and I'm a little bit far away from it. So I don't know
Okay.
if that helps.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, I think I was a little overwhelmed too because of the lack of instructions. I was just trying to figure out like where to go, what to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm also like overwhelmed by feeling nauseous. I was just like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I do
So-
agree that the camera controls are a little loose.
Yeah.
Wild. But then like stop you when you don't want to be stopped. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It-
So I gave it a 2. This was probably the thing I was the least impressed with was the mechanics of this game.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 2 in a bad way.
Oh, this is the naughty
This
two.
is the naughty 2. A naughty little 2.
Yeah, I think the only other thing that I was just frustrated with, it wasn't that big of a deal because the map wasn't huge, but when I would set a waypoint, it wouldn't like show, like sometimes in games like this, it'll show a line to where the waypoint is and where you need to go. it wouldn't show you that. And so you had to rely on your mini map, which for me was really small.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't see where I put my waypoint. So I always had to keep going back into my map and figuring out, I went a little too far to the right, a little too far north, wherever. And that was just annoying.
I
So
literally didn't even realize you could put waypoints.
They're kind of pointless.
yeah,
like,
they are.
They're pointless.
Yeah. It was like, okay, that doesn't even matter anymore. Just
Because I'm directionally challenged, so when in games I put waypoints to everything. Rylan's nodding, the big nod right
Yeah,
here.
you are.
I have no idea where I am at any moment, but the waypoints didn't help at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, what were you playing on?
I played on my phone.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Is this a Netflix game by chance?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. Yeah, no, I Steam linked it from my phone.
Oh, gotcha,
and
gotcha.
Was playing on that, so yeah,
Yeah. So 2 for me.
yeah, 2.
2.5. I mean, I didn't get sick, so
Yeah,
Sure.
but I can't give it much higher than that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was like a 3 or 4. I thought it was fine. I appreciated that.
Emma's glaring. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I appreciated that it was. They didn't make the game like overly complicated with too much that you could
That's
do.
true.
Yeah.
So you really only needed to know like a couple buttons.
Yeah.
Which was good, and the mechanics changed slightly if you were in the car or out of the car, but that's pretty normal.
Mhm.
I also appreciated that they gave you.
The unstuck.
I never.
Oh,
needed
yeah.
the
Oh,
unstuck
I
is
needed
nice.
that.
You had like the directional pad to like quick change
Mhm.
Yeah.
to the tools that you'd use most often. I didn't realize you could do that at first, and I kept putting the inventory and changing, but
Same.
that was really handy.
Once you figure that out, it's like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
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 And I did like the different like kind of array of tools that you got, with the shovel and the bug catching net and
Mhm.
the paraglider. I don't know. I thought it was fun. Maybe some of that's more content variety esque, but yeah, I thought it was fine. It all worked okay for me.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I think also from the point of, I try to see it again from the point of view from like a younger person, like maybe a kid that's playing. I don't think any of the things that I'm complaining about would have been an issue for them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my 2 is a rating from the point of view of a
Sick person.
sick 30-year-old. No, but yeah, no, I can agree with a higher rating as well, because it is very simple. It was
Yeah.
very easy to pick up the controls once you figured out what each button did. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. Well, before we get into our final rating, let's talk about value. This game, when it's not on sale, is $17.99. Is it worth that much money?
It feels steep to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I would say catch it on a sale, because I think we didn't. It was only, I don't know, $5 or $6, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
$8, something like that.
Yeah.
So at that price point, under $10 seems feasible for a 3.5-hour
Totally.
game.
Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not almost $20. I'm
Yeah.
good.
I mean, if you have a kid who's gonna, like we said, maybe they replay it a bunch.
Mhm.
Okay, entertaining your kid for years.
Yeah.
on and
Sure.
off,
Oh, yeah.
$20 is steal, but I think for our purposes, who are not gonna replay it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do agree though. If this is bringing you peace as a parent because it's something for your child to be entertained by, maybe $20, maybe $17.99 is worth it for just a
Yeah.
couple minutes of you time while they play their video game.
Yeah,
But
I don't like have a kid, but like
I don't either.
gotta think there's probably plenty though that I don't know. Sean's
Yeah,
nodding.
there is, yeah.
I'm sure there's like plenty of games that fill that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For free or, with
Oh,
under $10.
yeah.
like there's a
I
lot
see.
of other games
yeah,
that kids
for
are playing.
free even. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
true.
Fortnite's pretty big at our house. And that's a free game.
Oh,
so
boy.
it's like,
wow, that's a free game.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I think
so-
about when
Well, it's
I
free
was a
me,
kid.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
You
Yeah.
just had your discs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
You know what
for
I mean? It was
sure.
a different time.
Uh-huh.
And if one of those just entertained on and off for a long time, it was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah. For
True.
sure.
Cool. Well, let's move into our final rating. Who wants to start? Who wants to start with their final rating?
I thought the game was fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it, but I did enjoy what I played. The characters were fun. I will say that the mechanics were frustrating, and I did get motion sick. So I'll give it a 3. I thought it was a fun game, but yeah, I did get a little motion sick. So there's that.
I also gave it a 3.
Oh,
I feel like Shawn, you and I rarely rate the same.
I know.
Yeah.
We're in
This
sync today.
alignment, yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, I felt really bad because I feel like this game came at the wrong time for me.
Sure.
Because this is just like a very like silly, goofy, there's really no point. Like it's just kind of like you're just doing stuff. And we had such like an exhausting week. When I was playing this game, I was like, I feel like I'm wasting my time with something that's just, and it's not a waste of time, but because it was so, random and pointless and just like, I don't know, there just wasn't a lot of like, there wasn't an intriguing plot or like this interesting story that was being told. It was just kind of like,
something that really gripped you.
Yeah, no. And so because I was so tired, I was like, oh my gosh, if I'm going to play a video game, like it just felt too random for me. So it was really hard for me to want to play it. But I know that if I was playing it at a different time, I probably would have enjoyed it more. It gave the same energy as Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion a little bit, which I loved. I really enjoyed that game. So I think this just came at the wrong time. But so I'm giving it a flat 3. And that's that.
That's interesting. The wrong time. I think maybe I played at the right time.
That's good.
So I'm giving this like a 3.7.
Okay.
I think like with the exhaustion of like what our last week was at work and everything, and me not being able to sleep, like I played a bunch of this game at like 3 a.m.
Oh my God.
Which is like, I don't have like the energy to like do anything complicated. And like also because the game like wasn't very long, like this game doesn't like ask a lot of you.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it asks you to like have the initiative to like go explore its little town and like kind of choose what to do next, but you're not like having to strategize or like hit these quick button combinations. It's pretty easy, and it's very lighthearted. And so for me it's just like, kind of like just a little escape right now.
That's
Which
nice.
And everybody is like silly and goofy and so I quite liked it. But I can't really go higher than 3.7 because I can't say that it's like amazing. In fact, probably that price point is the worst part about it though.
Yeah.
I'm like struggling with anywhere between a 2.5 and a 3.5, which I don't know. I think that I enjoyed the game better than it is.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
That's a really,
Because it was like, I do like games where like I don't have to know what I'm doing, but I'm still like making progress. Because walking around the town, you were able to like pick up things that to ultimately help you. And I liked that because like I didn't have to think about it. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just walk around here for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think the game is as good as a 3.5. But I think that's a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
Like I tend to like games that are like a project.
Yeah.
And put me to work a little bit. Like I want to farm on my farm.
That's how I am too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think maybe I'll cut it in the middle and say agree with a 3.
Yeah. Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
That is, I think 3 is just a fair
I think
rating.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because 2.5 feels a little mean.
Yeah.
But it's also not my style of game generally. So
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like what you said about this game. Like you like it better than it is.
Yeah.
That's
I think I do.
100% where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's just
perfect.
charming. It's hard not to like it, I think.
It is charming.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, this concludes the rating episode for Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. Please join us next week for the discussion episode as we dive into the details of this game and all its hidden gems. If you haven't played the game yet and it sounds like something you might be interested in, I hope you find time to play it before tuning in next week. Please go and give the podcast a follow, rate it, review it, however you want to show us love. You can email us any comments, questions, or constructive criticism at letmebeyourgg@gmail.com. You can also send us game requests if there's something you would like us to review. Just make sure you include game request in the subject line so it's easy for us to find. You can find us on most socials as Let Me Be Your GG with no spaces. That's LetMeBeyourGG, no spaces. And we're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And you can find our TikTok as Let Me Be Your Game Guide with no spaces. Our Patreon can be found at patreon.com/LetMeBeYourGG. Thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to see you next week. And thank you so much for letting me be your game guide. GG, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bum,